Be aware of the false accountability that you receive from a vulnerable narcissist. They're gonna love bomb you in the beginning so much that you don't even understand how anybody could have ever broken up with them. And they will use that accountability or weaponize the accountability to get pity from you, because whatever they share with you, it doesn't make sense. Nobody is breaking up with somebody over a little bit of spilled milk. Just like in any other conflict situation or any other relationship, there had been a lot going on underneath the surface. There's been a lot of neglect, a lot of invalidation, a lot of conflict, a lot of tension, and it's all building up, just like in a war, yeah? When there's a war between two countries or two tribes, there's been a lot of conflict, a lot of tension, a lot of negotiations before a war actually erupts. And a war, in that case, is a breakup or a divorce in a relationship sense. So they're going to tell you about this one final event that eventually led to the breakup. But like I said, it doesn't make sense. And once you are in the relationship with them, you realize, oh my God, there's been so much more going on. There's been emotional neglect, invalidation, narcissistic and self-centered behavior, maybe even betrayal, maybe even physical abuse that you didn't know of. They didn't tell you that kind of stuff because that wouldn't give them pity. That wouldn't make you run the other way. They want to come across first as the misunderstood individual who wasn't treated right when this breakup happened. But then ultimately history repeats itself and you see the truth. And you see all the things that happened also to the other partner before. Another red flag that you must pay attention to in that kind of situation is also that they have still a lot of lingering resentment toward their ex-partner. A man once gave me a very good piece of advice when I told him about my relationship with a malignant narcissist while I was still in it. And he said, Sarah, if somebody has been with somebody for 17 years, and especially if there were children involved, something very, very terrible must have happened in order to break this apart. And he was right. He was right. And I learned my lesson. You need to listen to other people's advice, people with more life experience. They will tell you exactly who the other person is when you tell them about them. Like I said, vulnerable narcissists, they will use a little bit of accountability to seem more trustworthy and to get your pity. When you're still stuck in the love bombing phase, you will be so confused how anybody would want to break up with that individual. Until you're committed, you enter the devaluation phase, and then you know exactly what happened.